A scheming caregiver wanted to become the lady of a wealthy mansion. She made inappropriate advances toward a young man who had been wheelchair-bound for years due to a disability, then damaged her own clothing and went crying to his guardian, falsely claiming the young man had been inappropriate with her. However, Sam just smiled when he heard this story. He had already suspected the caregiver's ulterior motives and had installed security cameras in Baron's room. A mere caregiver thinking she could outsmart him was laughable. In business, he was a successful executive, and at home, he was the undisputed head of the household. No one could go against his wishes, yet this decisive man showed gentleness to only one person. Years ago, his older brother had tragically died in a car accident. Before passing away, his brother had gripped Sam's hand tightly, begging Sam to take care of his young son. Unfortunately, life had other plans. During one of Sam's business trips, his nephew Baron accidentally fell from a balcony, suffering a severe brain injury that left him with the cognitive abilities of a 3-year-old child. Sam had always felt guilty about this, believing he had failed to keep his promise to his brother. He could only hire expensive caregivers to provide 24-hour care for Baron. However, all these caregivers seemed more interested in his family's wealth and status than in genuinely caring for Baron, which made Sam very angry. To ensure Baron received proper care, he turned to Nur, a housekeeper who had worked for the family for many years. Over time, he had come to consider Nur part of the family. Nur was honest, loyal, and reliable. He hoped Nur could select a trustworthy young woman from her hometown to marry Baron. Only this way could Baron's condition be properly managed when Sam wasn't home. Nur contacted her good friend Fiat and shared the news that the wealthy household was looking for a bride. However, Nur kept some details to herself. She didn't mention that the groom was a disabled young man with the mental capacity of a 3-year-old. This piqued the interest of the materialistic Fiat. To escape poverty, she deliberately made her granddaughter, Mary, break off her existing engagement. This upset Mary's ex-boyfriend, who brought his family to cause a scene at Fiat's house. Mary's mother Laura finally learned what her mother-in-law had done. Hearing the neighbors gossip about her family, Laura's temper flared. She quickly canceled the mansion engagement at the fastest speed possible. This made Mary very upset. She believed her mother didn't like her and favored her older sister Anna. To make her mother see what kind of person Anna really was, she posted a video of Anna singing in the family group chat. She then casually told her mother that her sister was someone who would compromise her reputation for money. This made Laura very angry. She rushed to the tavern and slapped Anna hard. She told Anna to remember that this kind of work entertaining customers was unacceptable. Even though the family didn't have much money, she had never let Anna go hungry. Anna's performance at the bar made her feel ashamed. Anna immediately explained to her mother that she hadn't done anything wrong. She simply loved music and hoped her mother could forgive her. Since her mother didn't want her performing at the bar, she would stop. Anna knew this must have been her sister Mary's doing, since she had only shared the singing video with Mary. After returning home, Anna directed all her anger and frustration at Mary, and the two sisters quickly got into a physical fight. Because the power was out, Mary had lit candles. During their argument, they accidentally knocked over a candle, and the room immediately caught fire. Although the family tried to put out the fire, the flames were too intense, and their house eventually became ruins. Now even survival was a problem. To keep her children alive, Laura had no choice but to ask her mother-in-law to contact the servant Nur again and accept the original proposal. This way, their family would have a place to stay. That evening, Sam called Anna, who had nursing knowledge, upstairs, wanting her to take care of Baron. Seeing Baron sitting in his wheelchair unable to move, Anna felt very sad. She was someone who couldn't bear to see human suffering, and she could only do her best to help Baron with his rehabilitation. Anna intended to give Baron a drink of water, but accidentally knocked over the cup. She had to go get paper towels to clean up. However, while Anna was away, Sam's wife Tiffany walked in, continuously cursing at Baron. At the crucial moment, Anna returned and Tiffany guiltily left. So Baron didn't continue to suffer his aunt's harassment. To improve Baron's mood, Anna took him to the balcony for some fresh air. She accidentally bumped into Tiffany's son David. The moment their eyes met, David felt somewhat attracted, which made Anna very embarrassed. Anna wanted to go downstairs to get Baron an apple, but accidentally witnessed David arguing with his father. This left Anna unsure of what to do. To avoid being discovered, she instinctively hid in a bedroom. Unfortunately, this bedroom belonged to David, whom she had just seen on the balcony. David, seeing the pure and lovely Anna, impulsively approached her. Meanwhile, in the downstairs hall, Anna's sister Mary was very excited. She swore she would win over the handsome and wealthy David and become a socialite. However, Mary never expected that David had already noticed her sister Anna.